What's up, y'all? What up, what up? Checking some markets here before I get started. There's Mini Tie. Yeah, no update today. Sony held us back, surprisingly. Everyone expected it to be Xbox, and it wasn't. It was Sony that held us all back. So, I kind of wish they would have just released on PC and Xbox, you know, but they want to keep it all at the same place, so I mean, I understand. Oh, I hear you there, gaming. I mean, I didn't sleep last night. I ended up going back to bed after getting up and waiting to see if the update was here. I didn't get crap for sleep, so I mean, I'll be able to go to bed early tonight and get up at a decent time and be ready to go for tomorrow. Man, people proud of them motes. It just amazes me that no one sells any pristine motes anymore. It's like you never ever see them for sale. It's usually before noon Eastern time they're gaming, but there's no set update. You do exclamation news in chat there, TMC, and it takes you to the video of me going through everything. So yeah, Elandrian said on Twitter that it's Xbox is good to go, PC is good to go, it's waiting on PlayStation. So, should be tomorrow. Nothing for sale. Alright, I need to get rid of some defender medals too, because I am capped out. And we got a new weekly too, huh? I'll just get rid of 1,000. I'll be able to get back 1,000 today, no problem. It didn't send the link to that video. Let me see. I'll find it real quick and post it up. Let's see. Here it is, right here. Sorry, y'all. The bot never updated, I guess. But yeah, there is a link to everything that's coming in the update, if you have yet to see that. I guess on a positive note, we get, 2 more days of presents, or today and tomorrow, assuming it comes sooner enough. I got 1,450 daily. Oh, I don't have another weekly. The 450 daily will be pretty easy to knock out, though. I'm gonna buy two shard packs. I can get 1,000 back today, no problem. Let's see. No defense rates there. Yeah, there's one. Don't need the rest of this junk, though. On Dungeon Defenders, you mean the first game? I mean, people did lots of videos on the first Dungeon Defenders. It's a little late to start now, though. Nah, update's not here. Tomorrow. Anyway, so I am on US West, as you all saw. So let's just grind out some maps. Anybody that wants to join, feel free to hop on in. Starting off in Drakenfrost Keep. Get a couple of reroll tokens here. Well, you know, here, Brent, it makes up for all those ones I opened last week and didn't get any. Yeah, they fixed the US West servers last week. I haven't had any problem with them over the weekend at all. I did make this public, right? Yeah. I don't really have any goals today at all. I was so set for the update, you know. It's just that's the crappy part with all the platforms being at the same place. You know, you look at Warframe and games like that, the updates always ship to PC, and then any bugs or whatever get worked out, and then they get shipped to consoles. So, I mean, we don't know when we would have been ready for PC, but we could assume at least a week ago PC could have got the update if it wasn't keep everything on the same page. But you know, it is, so it's one of those things. Yeah, you do get a lot of cosmetics off the presents. I got the Bramblewood flare set yesterday, which I don't really like how the flare set looks, but it was one of the few that I was missing. So there's not too many flares I'm missing now. I'm kind of curious how many I am missing. Let's see. Oh, I'm still missing quite a few of the heads. The shark, a few of the mustaches. This Bone Mancer set, that's one that comes in a set as well. I'd really like to get it because that's cool looking. The rest of this stuff, I'd kind of like this too, to be honest with you, that frosty grin. But what are you gonna do, you know? What do we got here? We got Sia. Never get chests in Onslaught. I've gotten quite a few out of Onslaught in my time, so I can't really complain. But doing in the old system, I had gone to like floor 125 or so. And that was 3 map floors, so that was quite a few defender packs. And then in the new system, gone to 300 and change, and that was quite a few defender packs. But then mainly all the AP resets. You know, doing all those AP resets was 30 floors per. I didn't get defender packs every AP reset, but I did have other AP resets where I got like 4 or 5 of them. So it's pretty mixed. What's going on there, Triple H? Oh dang, only got 2 going to 165. Youch. Yeah, the update's supposed to come tomorrow. They put tomorrow in Discord, and Landrian sent it out on Twitter, so tomorrow should be for sure. Yeah, I got charged for DDA right away as soon as it ended. Here's kind of a rundown of everything that's in the update for you there, Paul. Yeah, I got charged instantly as soon as it ended. Quite a bit coming. I mean, the shard vendor, the thing is there's no content coming. Like, they keep saying this was the player-centric update. There's no new content. So there's different things for us to do. Or different ways for us to do the same things, I guess I should say. There's no different things to do. But there will be different ways to do the same things. And different rewards. I don't see why they would. No. I mean, most people end up having hundreds and hundreds saved up. So, I mean, I don't. To be honest with you, the 325, I just don't see how that's a problem. You're still going to get 325 amps quicker than you're going to get a C8 amp. Because the C7 amps just, they're abundant, you know? I got 1 or 2 amps there, Term. I think you might have me beat, though. I don't think I have 13K. But I mean, anyone who grinds the game has got a ton of amps. In fact, I mean, people like me, I have just dumped thousands of amps over the last, say, 6 months or so. What's going on there, Cody? How you doing? Before the material vault became a thing, I would just sell off amps for like nothing, because they've always been worthless. There's been nothing to do with them. That's the thing that the amp cost doesn't bother me too much, because there's nothing to do with them, you know. What's going on there, Grandpa? How you doing? But the problem isn't the amps. The problem is all the other crafting materials. I mean, it's absurdly expensive. What this update is going to do is kind of devalue amps. It's going to make the market get flooded with amps. But people aren't going to have all the other crafting materials to upgrade stuff all the way to Chaos 8. I mean, you'll be able to get the 1 upgrade and the 0 of 5 upgrade. But it's expensive in crafting materials to upgrade something. I actually was hoping they were going to change that a little bit, because it's absurd. I mean, you have to do what, between 250 and 500 dungeon maps just to upgrade 1 relic fully to Chaos 8? That's just a lot. That's a lot. I don't know. You tell me there, Exostomp. What's it saying on the screen? Are you on US West? If not, it'll pop up a message telling you I'm on US West. Unholy Catacombs has got those stuck kobolds, though, is the problem. That one's not the quickest, in my opinion. I mean, it might be. The mobs do come out pretty quick, but the kobolds all stick at the end. That's what I should do, is time that. Time the dungeon maps. I was going to try to time all the maps to see what was the fastest. But I've just got no interest in timing all those. For no real info, no real knowledge. Well, yeah, I mean, you could, but why would you want to? Unless it's your last Ancient Power reset, you wouldn't want to do that, Pen. You wouldn't want to waste all those materials. I do think the clusters are a problem. That's what I'm talking about. You have to do between 250 to 500 dungeon maps to upgrade 1 relic. That's exactly what I'm talking about, is the clusters. Well, that's the thing, is you can build any map in like seconds. You know, if you're on like a hard grind, you know, that map's not any faster to build than say Crumbled Bulwark. Crumbled Bulwark is super fast. I don't know. YBN, how would I know? I don't work for Chromatic. I don't know what their, what bugs are going to get fixed out of the deal. Thanks so much for subscribing there, yeah. I do appreciate it. Yeah, there's tips for returning players video in my new player or guides and tutorials playlist. There, Brutalborn. Just go to my channel and scroll down until you see the guides and tutorials playlist and look through that playlist to see if there's anything you don't understand. But there is a video that talks about returning players, and it talks about the different stages of the game. I mean, if you haven't played since the EV2 came out, then it's a brand new game for you. You know, no doubt about it. The EV2 was what, the second hero to ever come out, so that's been a lot of years. Well, I mean, the weapon mans are the best. There is no alternative that's as effective as the weapon mans. The weapon mans are the best crowd control in the game. Period. Proton beams work really, really well, but they're not weapon mans. Discord and Twitter. There, Hexer. Ice said tomorrow in Discord, and more importantly, Elandrian said tomorrow on Twitter. Yeah, it's a completely different game, Brutalborn. It's not even the same game. It's the only thing that's the same is the name. It's literally a completely different game than it was back when the EV2 came out. It's just not even close. Not even in the same ballpark. 65 ancient power resets there, bot. You want the rewards, you gotta put in the time. You know? There's a whole lot of grinding going through all those ancient power resets. EV is the best is really strong in lots of regards there, Vlad. I mean, if you don't want to use weapon mans, then don't use weapon mans. But, I mean, other games do you play? Do you not use the best items? I mean, if you're used to not using the best items, then by all means. I mean, there's lots of options. As far as basic progression through the game, you can use anything you want, you know? Doesn't matter what you use. But if, you know, say you were playing Warframe, do you use the best weapons? Because it would be the same thing as using the weapon mans, you know? That's what you have to compare it to when, you know, I know a lot of people like to talk negatively about people that use weapon mans, but how many games do you play where you don't use the best stuff available? I mean, why wouldn't you? You know? See, let's get some PDTs in here. I haven't used any PDTs in ages. What's going on there, Cole? How you doing? Feels like I got a lot left over because I went cheap on the protons and didn't double them. Nah, they'll never say a time there, Luis. It'll be before noon Eastern time, basically. It could be as early as, say, 9 a.m. Eastern time, but it will certainly be before noon Eastern time. I think we're good now, right? PDTs are great, Pen. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. They're super high damage. Yeah, I mean, mine's all perfect, of course, but they wreck it. Well, you have to use a piercer servo if you're using PDTs. I just woke up, Evan. I saw it, but I didn't really think anything of it. Yeah, Xbox is already approved, Cole. The holdup, the reason we don't have it today is because of PlayStation 4. Sony hasn't approved it. They expected it to get delayed on Xbox, but instead it got delayed through Sony. So yeah, Xbox is good to go. It's just waiting for them to ship it, you know. I mean, I just don't, you know, I just don't even know what to do today. I was so ready to go. Sony's certification is usually much quicker, from what I understand. I think historically they've gone through Sony a lot quicker, but this time around it hasn't, you know. What can you do? You can play the game live on YouTube and complain about it. That's what I'm doing today. It's super, super rare, Evan. I mean, I've opened literally hundreds and hundreds of Defender packs, and I've only seen one character inside. So, I mean, that's just really, really rare. I just wouldn't bank on it. I mean, after, like I said, after opening, and when I say hundreds, I'm talking about mythical Defender packs. I'm not counting the greens or the blues. Piercer plus anything else, George, basically. I'm using Piercer, defense rate, and anti-melee. But with PDTs, it's pretty much Piercer plus anything else. Getting an anti-mod in there helps. So I chose anti-melee on mine. And then defense rate. If you get a 10 out of 10 defense rate, then you can eliminate the need for a defense rate shard, which allows you to either pack more power on them or use explosive poison if you choose to. Well, I mean, based off of my experience, it is Sunbaked. Because I've gotten 2 Nigel pets, and I've only gotten 1 hero. You have 10 Nigels? I got a hard time believing you have 10 Nigels. I mean, if you do, good for you, but 10? Really? The boom mods are great early game, Pen, but as you push up an Onslaught, they lose their effectiveness. I mean, up until, say, 150 or so, it's really good. I've done both. They're Triple H. I've found quite a few 10 10s, and I've rolled quite a few 10 10s. I think the general rule there is you'll find 10 of 10 mods, but then you upgrade the specific mod, the specific 10 of 10 that you're looking for. You know? Because the mod you find, of course, it's never going to be the mod that you're specifically looking for. I mean, if you do, then just consider yourself insanely lucky, but... Right now, if I found a 10 of 10 defense range mod, it would save me a bunch of rerolls. But basically, I know that means that there's just no way in hell I'm going to find it. I'll end up re-rolling it prior to finding it. But the item I'm specifically working on right now is my anti-frost fissures. Getting them ready for Onslaught. Nah, not really, Bradley. Crowd control towers are not as effective in a 4-player group because there's diminishing returns based off of the number of players in as well. The stuns and slows won't last as long with more players, but besides that, I mean, there's no reason to not use it. That's a pretty generic question there, Lemon Taste. Got anything more specific to ask? Or do you want me to go slot by slot through every Mystic mod and what you should use? Because there's a whole lot of mod slots. Ask me something more specific and I'll try to answer it for you. If it's a good mod, upgrade it, Davnil, absolutely. It's cheaper to upgrade to from C1 to C7 than it is going to be to re-roll the mod. It's not like you can just go out and find another one. Well, fissures have always been a little better in my opinion, but no, rams are still good. Ramsters seem to me like they start to lose their effectiveness a little the higher you climb. What Onslaught floor is good to reset on? I think a minimum of like 80 is a really good spot. If I was starting over, I certainly wouldn't restart or do an Ancient Power reset prior to floor 80. Yeah, the update's for everybody tomorrow, Doug. $50 plain motes for 1.9 mil. That's still a ripoff in my opinion. Because you can buy a stack of Pristine motes for cheaper. Way cheaper than that. Fissures, you can outrange the Frost Orcs. George. Let's see. Let's get those protons back, huh? Or do we want to use... Let's do, let's do PDTs and ballistas instead. See what we can get away with here. We want one PDT and one ballista. Yeah, that'd work. That'd work. Yeah, you can convert Pristine motes into plain motes. Now there's going to be a cost associated with that as well. But the cost will be different, or cheaper than buying a stack of plain motes, I think. The mote price should end up going down. You would think. Amp price should go down. Actually, mote price may end up going up because there's going to be more people using them. So it's hard to say. The cost for amps should go down. The cost for clusters and stuff like that, my guess is will probably go up because there's going to be a greater need for them, you know. Hopefully this stuff doesn't get blown up. Don't get blown up, stuff. So let's put this here just to be safe. That's pretty low there, Evan. You'll get them way higher than that. You gotta remember that's a single target tower. So it's not really saying much. I mean, if I upgraded a lightning strike aura all the way... See, I mean, I'm already past where you're at, just at tier 2 on my lightning strike. So, yeah, I mean, that's really low for Earthshatters. Single target towers have big numbers, but they only hit one target. That's not my normal flame auras, YBN. These are my low damage flame auras. Low damage, big range, and they've got tenacity. So they're for AFK and Drakenfrost Keep, basically. What's going on there, Ark? If you have one from each player, they all stack there, Bradley. Been that way forever. Low DPS for me is what, 800,000? No, they're 1.26 mil. Because they're getting buffed by the lightning strike, the destructive pylon and the lightning strike. So those are the low DPS ones. No, you don't need that much, Adam. Fissures, I use anti-frost, anti-orc, and defense range as mods. They're specifically designed. My frost fissures are specifically designed for killing frost orcs. That's just what they do. That's the item I'm working on right now. It's the item, remember, I accidentally upgraded it to Chaos 8. But anti-frost, anti-orc, and defense range. And then I use more defense range, destruction, and defense rate. But they're 100% designed for killing frost orcs. Frost orcs freeze every defense. But the whole point is you outrange them. If you've got a defense that's designed for killing frost orcs, like the one I just showed, then they're doing absurd amounts of damage to frost orcs, and they're outranging them. I don't know the exact range of the frost orc aura, but I'm gonna guess that it's probably around 1,000 range units. And where, like, these flame auras here are massive. They would big time outrange them, but they won't have enough power to kill them. Yeah, I don't know what you mean there, Evan. My guess is you probably got buggy tooltips, because the range gambit definitely takes away from your damage, but extremely valuable ascension points. Range is greater than all things. Well, I can't say that. Rate is greater than all things. Range is the next greatest. Well, you want to have fire damage there, aka frost mobs take double damage from fire sources. I mean, right now you could put fire damage on a PDT if that's what you wanted to use, but I wouldn't do it, because that update tomorrow could end up wiping that mod out. There's a strong chance, I think, that poison dart towers will be attuned to the poison element tomorrow. There's no real priority in mods, Adam. They're not farmable. You get what you get. I mean, tenacity and defense rate have the greatest C8 value. But remember as well, you only need one tenacity. If you were looking at just reducing the amount of farm time as much as possible, then you'd put tenacity on a reflect beam and you wouldn't use tenacity on anything else. I'm on US West there, Stein. Shelly Lynn, what's up? That's because you tinkered the mod while it's equipped. There's elements. All you have to do is unequip and re-equip the relic. If you have an item equipped when you move the mod around, it actually doesn't change what's on the mod until you unequip it and re-equip it. It's bugged. No, don't know what time. Nobody knows what time. It's all guesses. Yep, unequip it, re-equip it, and the new mods will work. See, not only is it still showing the storm, but the new mod that you put on it isn't actually functioning. It sucks. It's not working at all. The storm mod is still working. What's going on there, Angels? How you doing? No, update got moved back to tomorrow. Nah, there's no bags in Defender packs. The only way to get bags is to buy them. That's the premium item in the game. I mean, we've all done it, Zelamus. I've done it. I mean, that's how I figured it out. Was by doing it. And wondering what the hell. With me, it was bees. I think it was storm damage on bees. And then I'm like, you know what, I don't want storm damage on because bees are a physical defense. Why would I want to ruin that with storm damage? And I took the storm damage off and the storm damage stayed. So I started checking the damage that was being done. And it was still doing magic damage. So I knew something was up with it. My update prep is done now, Doug. The main thing was getting to the Defender metal cap, which I spent 1,000 right at the beginning of the stream just to lower it down so I'd have a little room to play. But I've also got a 450 daily sitting here that will knock out half of that, or almost half of it. What was it? Riding Ravine maps. And then, of course, I'll get one tonight again at 10 o'clock. I'm going to try to go to bed early tonight. I want to be completely good to go tomorrow. Every defense is pretty much the same, Steven. The strongest use of your defenses is to find what you specifically want to kill with them and use anti-mods. That's the strongest thing for any defense in the game. So like with me, with Skyguards, I want the Skyguards to be able to take out the dive bombers, the kobolds and kobolds. So I use controller, servo, and anti-support. Controller servo, in my opinion, is better than either of the two because it's there all the time. Because the Skyguard naturally has a slow. So controller would be the best in slot. Oh, it should be updating when you get home there, Angels. No doubt about it. Nah, fissures are already fire damage. So it's already there. Well, I mean, slow is a crowd control, right? Every crowd control is slow to works for. I'm not sure on that one there, Sunbaked. That'd be something worth testing. It's not going to be as good as freeze. In my opinion, it won't be as good as freeze. Because freeze, they fall. Because falling out of the sky isn't what kills them. It's hitting the ground that kills them. Dungeon Defenders Awakened is the new game that's coming. There, Hobo. Won't be here until October. Let's see. Let's stick with the PDTs today. PDTs and protons. How's that? And auras, of course. Well, pay attention in school, Jamie. You gotta pay attention in school. I think they're going to go down. I don't suggest anybody buy any C8 amps today, because the price is certainly going to drop. Crap, did I get the protons in the other lane? I don't think I did I? Oh yeah, I got him. Let me see here. Yep, alright, sorry about that. I was getting messages. Well, the problem isn't the amps. The problem is the clusters. I mean, take a look. Like this Flame Aura relic I'm using right now is not, it's 0 of 5. It takes 250 clusters and 600 Pristine motes to upgrade it to 5 of 5 Chaos 8. 250 clusters. So that's what? It's 125 to 250 maps. I said 250 to 500 earlier. I was thinking about the motes. But yeah, it's 125 to 250. It's absurd. So the amps are not the issue. The clusters are the issue. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It showed 1.1,250,000, I thought. It showed it on the stream. Showed the cost of it. It was over $1 million. I thought it was 1,250. I'm not positive though. I think that's good enough. No, well, marks still exist, but they don't drop any longer. They actually don't exist in their old form. It's just crazy, the cost. I mean, it's worth it to throw the amp at it. Like a tenacity, anything with tenacity or a 10 of 10 defense rate on it, it's worth to give it an amp because you get the effectiveness that you're looking for. But it's hard to justify those 250 clusters, you know, that's just excessive. I mean, that's always been the problem. And it's actually, the cost has actually gone up, not down. The clusters is the same, but it used to only be 500 pristine motes. And now it's 600. So, like, pristine motes and the pristine clusters are definitely going to be the valuable items, in my opinion, anyway. What's going on there, Markimus? Nah, it's not for each level. That's to take it all the way up. For each level, it's 50. 50 clusters per level. I've only got one item all the way up. I've got the, my lightning strike auras are upgraded all the way. But I have no other item that's upgraded all the way. Can I play with Dryad? Sure. I don't have any Dryad building stuff ready to go, but I can play the Dryad if you want to see somebody play the Dryad. It's pretty boring to watch. Fly around and ignore everything and drop a star anytime there's a big group. Oh, there's a ton of added value. It goes up to 69,000 defense power. So it goes up 18,000 defense power. I didn't call the Dryad boring. I said the Dryad is boring to watch someone play. Because what do? You do nothing. You just fly around. Here, I'll show you. I'll play the Dryad. Are you ready for it? Here we go. I am Dryaded out. Can fly over here. Drop a star. Fly over yonder and drop a star. I mean, the Dryad's a beast. That's the thing, is you save the Dryad for the bosses, you know? There's nothing to do while the wave is running. Just wait for the bosses, and then when the boss shows up, you completely destroy him. Dryad's not a melee hero, Evan. Going up and swinging at things on the Dryad is kind of a waste of your time, unless you're running out of... If you're having a hard time staying in corrupt form, then yeah, you want to go swing at things, but that's literally the only reason. This is what you do on the Dryad. The boss comes out, and you annihilate it. Bink. Boss dead. I'm gonna get Assassin Durna. I mean, that's not... The hack and slash on the Dryad is not how the Dryad is meant to be played. Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy playing her that way, then by all means do it, you know? Enjoying something is better than not enjoying something any day, but let's just face facts. The Dryad can hit 100 million DPS, just spamming stars. The Dryad can't come anywhere, not even remotely close to that, playing her any other way. So it's a matter of, do you want to play her the most powerful way, or do you want to play her another way? Now, if you want to play her another way, by all means, have at it, you know? It's all about fun. You gotta have that fun. That's right, Kevin. See, words of wisdom. Enjoying something is indeed better than not enjoying something. Confirmed. Where's Gribbs? Well, we got a... Gribbs is all back up in there. We got a Skelly over here. Bink. Oh, Assassin got me. Assassin got me before I could go boom boom on the boss's face. I have done spotlights on them there, Shane, and I'll end up doing them all again. The final hero spotlights will all be done over the next couple of months. We just have to wait for the next update to get here. I can't do a spotlight about something that's not in its final form. Well, everything's going to be in its final form here in a few days. Well, tomorrow, hopefully. Harpies are crap. I've done Harpy spotlights, but the Harpy will be one of the last things on the list just because Chromatic does not want to fix her broken AI. There are no more updates, yeah. After this update, updates for DD2 will slow way down. I mean, I'm sure we'll get another update for DD2, but it's not gonna... There's no big things coming for DD2. It's all about DDA now. See, the thing is to buff the Harpy, you don't actually have to buff the Harpy. All you have to do is fix her broken animation. When the Harpies do that little reload animation where they throw their wings back, it completely stops all DPS. And you can't have a defense that stops attacking every 2 seconds or whatever, you know? They're making another game right now, Cole. They haven't had time to make another game. They're making it now. They've made the other game over the last... They've started working on it over the last 6 months where nothing has been done to DD2, you know? So, I mean, that's what they've been working on. Focus power, Adam, is a really big deal in the Nuke Monk. I'll do one more and I'll go make a new group. Yeah, the tree is nice. I mean, I'm not complaining. I've been getting my gifts. I'm not, you know. I'm definitely not complaining about the tree being there for so long. They said before it went in that it was going to be there a really long time. Yeah, a tree with power pylon's very useful if you're using like Dryad defenses where you require it. I wouldn't never bother putting a tree in if you're not using Dryad defenses. There's just no reason to, you know. Power pylon and destructive pylon don't stack. Yeah, Gunwitch is a beast there, Mike. No doubt. Problem with Gunwitch is she doesn't have any defenses, so she doesn't add to your game. The game's all about tower defense. It's about your defenses. Your hero is not near as important as people, you know, people want their heroes to be big and beefy and strong. That's not how you win the game. You beat the game by having strong defenses, period. So, with the Gunwitch not having any defenses, although she is great, a great hero and super fun to play, I don't really suggest anyone get her until last. Her and the Barbarian. They're just unnecessary heroes. The pet and the boost, Adam. The boost is on cooldown when you use it, and then your pet. I mean, just having one item on cooldown is worth using Focus Power. It's one of the strongest hero defense or hero mods in the game. But the monk has two, so that makes it even better. Yeah, it's huge, you know? I forgot I was playing the Dryad. This map's not as fun to fly around on. No, power pylon is not affected by deadly strikes. It's a set range. It's like 1,000 range units. The update's tomorrow there, Dragon. Crap, I never put flyer defense in. Guess I should get that done, huh? Knew I was forgetting something. Just do that for now. They're really good. Proton beams are super strong. Health pylon does work right. It just sucks. It doesn't buff the tower that it's on. It buffs the neighboring tower, so you'd have to use two different blockades, basically. It works, it just is not very... It's not a very good one to use. You'd be better off just using a regular old fortification shard all day. Or a fortification mod, a defense health mod. Either one of those would be way better. Yeah, Xbox is all ready to go. The holdup is PlayStation right now. It would have been here today if it wasn't for PlayStation. We'd be playing it right now if Sony would have clicked the damn approve button. Well, it scales as a 20 DU defense. So, I mean, yeah, it's 100% of tier 1 value. It goes up every time. It's like all the other 20 DU defenses. Lightning strikes, explosive traps, oil geysers. They all scale like crazy. Because the champion score doesn't mean anything, Nate. Champion score is just used for gating. It's not a measure of your effectiveness. You can have a super high champion score and be using all the wrong stuff. You could be using the wrong stats, the wrong mods, the wrong shards. So champion score is just not an indicator of anything. Literally anything at all. It should be completely ignored. It's only used for gating. You don't have the right shards. I mean, with defenses, it's all a matter of shards. So if you're talking about his hero doing more damage, he's got the right stuff, you got the wrong stuff. If you're talking about defenses doing more damage, he's using the right shards, you're using the wrong shards. Every defense in the game is all about defense rate, destruction, and deadly strikes, period. You can change shards out from there, but literally every defense in the game, you should start with those 3 shards and decide what you're going to do. Not much has changed, Dragon, but yeah, like I said, I'm going to be doing every hero and every defense over the next couple of months. They'll all be there. Have you checked my explosive trap spotlight there, Adam? Oh, you never not have to worry about defense rate, Kevin. You will always need to worry about defense rate. It's the most powerful shard in the game. Nothing gives you a raw damage increase more than defense rate, period. Uh-oh. All froze up there for a sec. You put the right mods and the right shards on it, Hisaka. It's the same as every defense in the game. People think I'm exaggerating when I say that. Every single defense in the game. Destruction, deadly strikes, defense rate. Then you look at it and say, okay, what could I remove to get more power? Well, say it's a lightning strike aura. The lightning strike auras have really large range by themselves. So they don't need deadly strikes. So you can pull out deadly strikes and add more power. Yeah, mass destruction only comes from mastery. Yep. It's not about damage, Nate. It's about using the correct defenses. Nothing in the game, anywhere at any point through the game, is ever about damage. It's a game of counters and using the correct... It's a strategy game. It's a strategy tower defense game. So it's a game of using the correct towers versus the enemies that are there. It is never, ever a matter of how strong you are, or how much power you do, or how much damage your flame auras do. It's never, ever a matter of that. Alright, head back out and make a new one. Get my back. If enemies can't be stunned, you slow them. If they can't be slowed, you stun them. That's the basic rule. Yeah, the first one's going to be the Mystic. The second one's probably going to be the EV2. The Nuke Monk will be in there pretty quick, too. I'm talking about damaging defenses. Schwicht. Obviously, a wall is not going to use the same as a damaging defense. Every defense in the game that does damage there. I'll clear it up so you understand me better. A wall is a wall. You know? You use Wally type stuff in that. I'm just messing with you, dude. It's all good. But yeah, you know what I mean. A wall is all about the health. Nothing else matters. A wall is there for one purpose: block the lane. It's all about the health. Let's see. Did I get completely overrun? Come on, be at 10 of 10. Oh, there's a destruction. I'll take that. I am not complaining about no destruction shards. That's for damn sure. There you go there, Hisaka. The answer to all your questions is in that playlist. Alright, come on, 10s. Where you at? Give me that 10. Nope. You hold down shift. That one's a keeper. It's not great, but it's a keeper. No 10s until the update. Oh man, that'd be rough there, Grandpa. Rough. Nothing good. Mystic's great DPS. You just gotta pick what you want heroes to do. Do you want a hero that's gonna put out the most damage? Well, you're not gonna use a Mystic for that. You're not gonna use a Huntress for that. You're not gonna use an Abyss Lord for that. That's not what they do. They do other things. You know, you would use a Mystic for crowd control. Does the Mystic put out suitable damage? Oh yeah, it's enough damage. If you want a big number, then you go with the Monk, you go with the Gun Witch, you go with the Dryad. But there's more to the game than the amount of damage you do. That's not the only thing in the game. That's not what makes you win. Here, I just hit myself for over 1 billion. That's a nuke monk right there, folks, let me tell you. But the nuke monk can't CC. So it depends on what you're looking for. Yeah, the barb's great. There's no bad hero. Any hero can do what you want him to do. You just have to pick who you like the most, you know? Or don't reset at floor 30. Alright, let's get back at it. Let's do a little catacombs, why not, huh? Get them clusters. Nah, you don't. They changed that a couple of updates ago. Hollow, you don't have to open them anymore. It just auto sends it to you. Auto gives you the loot. Jeez, choking to death here. You have to forgive me. Like 80 to 100 is a good starting place, Nate. I wouldn't really suggest doing it before 80, personally. It'd give you a nice, smooth experience. Did I not make it public? Yeah, it's public. Alright, feel free to hop on in and join. Oops, wrong hero. Thanks there, Neff. Appreciate it. There we go, I think we good. Well, it's because your bags were full there, Grandpa. The stuff didn't go to the scavenger, huh? That stinks. Yeah, the first time you want to go as high as you can. After that, just spam out minimum resets. So the first time you reset, push as high as you can in Onslaught, and then start resetting. Once you start resetting, you should reset at the minimum every time. Just to knock them out fast. You only go to 100 once. Basically, if you follow like a general flow of the game, you would push as far as you can in Onslaught, then do all of your ancient power resets. Then take all of that newfound power and push further in Onslaught, just to see how far you can make it. Once you do that, you're done. You've completed the game. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to do other than collect stuff or to min-max. So that's the basic flow of the game. You do 2 Onslaught pushes, one before and one after. Which, I mean, that alone can be well over 1,000 hours, which is more than most people will put into the game. So even though it seems like, you know, when you're talking about somebody who's played 5,000, 8,000, 3,000 hours, whatever. It depends on how much minimum ascension you get. So it depends on how far you can push there, Dominic. I mean, the further you go in floors each time, the higher your ascension caps will be. Ideally, you want to hit the 999 ascension caps as you do your last ancient power reset, and that would be maximizing your time spent. No, that's just the way to do it. Now, sadly, there's no easier way. The update tomorrow will bring an easier way. Tomorrow's update will bring a shard vendor in where you can just buy defender medals, or you can buy them with defender medals. Go as high as you can, Dominic. There's no one can tell you what you should go to. It's different for every player. I mean, I know a guy that's at over 400 with no AP resets. So, I mean, you can go as high as you want to go. It's just, do you want to learn the game inside and out? That's what it takes to get that. No, you shouldn't try to go for 999 Ascension caps your first time. That's kind of a waste of time. I mean, some people will tell you should, but it's a huge waste of time. Unless you don't plan on doing Ancient Power, or a lot of Ancient Power. So, I mean, if you only want to reset like 2 or 3 times with Ancient Power, then yeah, push and get all those caps. But if you plan on resetting 20 times, then you're kind of wasting your time by pushing, because you could have Ancient Power resets done. Well, I mean, just look at the number of maps. Each AP reset is 30 maps you have to run, right? So if you went to, say, 250 versus going to just floor 100, that's an extra 150 maps, so that's 5 AP resets. So you could have been done with 5 Ancient Power resets already in the time it took you to push up to 250. But the first thing you should ask yourself is, how many resets do you want to do? If you've got the aspirations to get all the points, all 70, I personally probably wouldn't push more than, say, 80. Like floor 80. And that floor 80 is going to give you enough quality of life going through and doing your resets where you can still get plenty of Netflix going on. But it's a huge grind game, you know, and I tell people this all the time, but what's the best way to maximize in a grind game? Well, you maximize the amount of time that you have to grind it. So get as much done in the smallest amount of time, because, I mean, you can put thousands of hours. You know, there's Sandro right there. Sandro is over 10,000 hours played. 10,000 hours played. That's absurd. Now, he's also been playing the game for years and years and years, you know, so most players are not going to put that much time into the game. So you want to maximize the amount of time you spend. Yeah, they confirmed it on Twitch and Discord, Morales. So it should be here tomorrow. With an optimal ancient power reset, you're not going to use any crafting materials. Oops, it's over. Why am I upgrading? You wouldn't use crafting materials until you get to the end. So, like what I did is I went through casual player. Yeah, right, mama. Right. Like I went through and I took an inventory of everything I had that I was really happy with prior to doing the AP resets. And before I did the AP resets, I went through and did the math on what it would take, how many crafting materials it would take for me to get all that stuff that I had back up to Chaos 7 or Chaos 8. And then I got all those mats before I started the AP resets. And then I collected a lot more while doing the AP resets, of course. But yeah, you don't, I mean, you can use crafting materials to get through the AP resets faster, but it's definitely not a requirement. I mean, the key to AP resets is have a friend or an alternate account. Yeah, that lane's already done. If you have a friend that can hold some throwaway relics for you, it makes a huge, huge difference. You know, in my case, I've got the wife, which, you know, obviously I trust the wife to hold my stuff for me. So I had a bunch of throwaway gear. What I mean by throwaway gear is stuff that's not upgraded. It's 6 out of 10 and it's tradable. So it can be traded back and forth. Yep, updates tomorrow, Jill, yep. Hopefully bright and early. Be a whole lot of stream time going on tomorrow. These are not my normal flame auras. These are set up for AFK in this map. So the damage on them is really low. It's only like 800,000. Or 956, unbuffed. Super low. My usual relic is sitting in bag number 2 right now. But this is the grind relic. Got 100% tenacity on it, so I can do this map and not have to worry about lighting any braziers or anything. Well, I've also got 5,000 Ascension, which is 20,000 defense power right there. I mean, anything under 1 million is low on a Flame Aura in today's day and age. Now that, especially since it's such a meta defense, and they have legitimized the uses of stacking destruction. See, before it used to be considered cheating to stack mass destruction and destruction. Now that's normal. That's what you do on your most commonly used defense. But anyone who uses Flame Auras commonly is going to be at like 1.5 mil plus at tier 1. Pretty easily. Unbuffed. Yeah, the new combo is going to be fun to play with, Jill. No doubt about it. I mean, I'm stoked for the shard shop too. I'm going to blow all my defender medals tomorrow. Getting me another gilded something. No, they're still in the game, Griffin, but they've been converted to medallions. All there are now is medallions and totems, basically. Every relic in the game is either got defense power as the main stat and defense health as the secondary, or it's got defense health as the main stat and defense power as the secondary. Every single relic is one of those two things. So even the people who have, like I've got marks, but I've got a mark on my PDT here, but you see it's defense power and defense health. So it's not a mark. It just says it's a mark. It's a medallion with a different logo. 10 of 10 anti-skeleton hype. That's terrible, Grandpa. Yeah, destructive pylon doesn't stack with normal destruction, no. Mass destruction stacks with normal destruction. If you're using destructive pylon, then you want to throw vampiric in if you got room for another damager. Like I'm using destructive pylon on my flame auras. So I'm using destructive pylon, defense rate, and vampiric empowerment. He made an anti-skelly relic just for skellies. That's fair. If they ever do an all skeleton map, man, those skellies are gonna get wrecked. I think everybody's got a bunch of anti-skellies and skelly booms and everything else sitting around. Let me look. Yeah, see, like on my lightning strike, I'm using vamp, destruction, destructive, and defense rate. Because destruction won't stack in there. Oh, nice, Grandpa. That's pretty good odds. I'll be in great shape for rerolling as soon as I finish this stupid fissure relic. I screwed up. I told everybody, I think, in a few streams ago, but I was spam upgrading it back from campaign, and I accidentally took it to Chaos 8, which makes the rerolls really expensive. It's twice as many motes and like 25,000 gold per pop. So I'm trying to get it done. As soon as I get it done, then I'll be in pretty good shape for the rerolls. It'd probably actually be a lot cheaper for me at this point just to buy a max defense range off of somebody and upgrade it to Chaos 8. Spam upgrading for the loss. Use it for Temple and Necrotic and Dead Road. Yeah, it's got those 2 lanes. Skellies only. I don't have a anti-skeleton relic, but boy, I could make a mean one if we ever had the need for it. It is for sure. Omni's playing other stuff. He's still around, he's just playing other stuff. He's not really into Dungeon Defenders anymore. You probably won't see too many more Omni joining me on stream. He's just not, he doesn't play Dungeon Defenders. I'm sure he'll get into Dungeon Defenders Awakened when it comes. Well, he was on DD2 just checking to see if the update was there, would be my guess there, Angels. He's completely addicted to Risk of Rain too. He's been playing it like 15, 16 hours a day. But, you know, gotta play what you're enjoying. He's enjoying it, so nothing wrong with that. Gotta have fun. Well, you can use it, but they don't stack, Jill. It actually hurts you to do it. I'll show you. I'll go out to Tavern after this one and show y'all. Do some rerolls on that stupid fissure one. Maybe I can get a little streamer luck going, huh? I mean, you can, like I said, you can equip them, but they're not actually stacking. So if we go to, let's go to the flame or the lightning strike R's again, since I'm using it. And let's take a look. With using destructive pylon and vampiric, let's free up a destruction real quick. Okay, so using destructive pylon and vampiric, I'm at 2.18 million tooltip DPS. Now if I get rid of vampiric and I put in destruction instead, so destruction and destructive pylon, you see my DPS actually went down to 1.98 mil. So it's not stacking. So once again, I'm at 1.98 mil. I take destruction out and put vampiric back. Now I'm back up to 2.18 mil. So yeah, I mean, they don't stack. To upgrade something all the way, it's what? From Chaos 7 to Chaos 8, it would be 1.5 million plus, or pardon me, 7.5 million plus 250 clusters plus 600 pristine motes plus 5 amps. Now that's going from 0.5 all the way up. Just to go from Chaos 7, let's see, do I have something? I think I've already upgraded everything. Well, let me see. I've got to have a Chaos 7 relic just sitting here, right? Do I have one that's upgraded? That one's upgraded. So just to go up from Chaos 7 to 0.5 Chaos 8, it's 2 million. So it's what, 9.5 million altogether? 9.5 million, 6 amps, 250 clusters, and 600 motes to go all the way up. It's expensive. No doubt about it. Oh, come on. How is there just not... I haven't gotten a 10 out of 10 in days now. And I've been playing. It's not like I haven't been playing. Man, nothing, huh? No luck at all. For me personally, yeah, I've got everything gilded that I want gilded. So all I keep is defense rate, deadly strikes, and destruction. You can't gild enough of those. Oh, here's another Chaos 8 shard. I gotta put that back. With the other Chaos 8s. Do I have any more in here? I think I've got some on some heroes, but... It's like that's it. What was that one? Not super, no, inspiring strikes. No, there's no new heroes. There's no new content coming to DD2, Gurn. It's all done. It's all about DDA now. There's quality of life updates, and there will be new cosmetics, and I mean, I'm sure there will be some new things, but there's not going to be new maps, new heroes, anything like that. DD2 is, I mean, they've straight out told us. They said that after this update, which hits tomorrow, updates will slow down for DD2 and will just include cosmetics, balance changes, and bug fixes. So there's still going to be DD2 updates, but that's straight from Elandrian. That's like almost exact words. So, I mean, there's still going to be updates, but there's not going to be any more new heroes or any new maps or anything like that. My guess, anyway. What would be the first hero? The EV2 is pretty strong. I don't know. I always suggest the EV2. Well, I mean, you gotta have... The problem is, right now, there's nowhere to spend the gold. Other than that, they're Bud Denny, so... I mean, that's a good thing. You'll get to a point... Every player will get to a point in the game where they're just running out of things to spend gold on. And they end up just spending gold on novelty things or vanity items. Alright. Wow, nobody got nothing for sale. Alright, now what was my daily? Let's get this daily knocked out. Routing Ravine. Gotta do 3 Routing Ravine maps. What do we got? Siphon Site D, Sewers, Dead Road, or Temple. You know, I have really good luck on Temple and the Necrotic. I got it in my head anyway that I do. Let's do a little Temple. I'm not really looking for anything, Jill. I've got everything I need. I'm just looking for more Defender medals right now to get back to the cap. That way I'm good to go tomorrow. Not really looking for anything specific, though. Let's see. What do we got? We still got PDTs in here, right? Let's go with a PDT. Wrong EV. Let's grab their correct EV. Get a little crowd control going. Think we good there. CC the poo-poo out of this lane. It's too far back. There we go, that'll work. Yeah, I've got the material vault, it's full. See that, Shelly Land? I control you as well. How do you like that? Let's see. Put one up top, huh? Why not? There we go. Now I'm worried that they're going to dive bomb over here. We got so much mana, though. There's so much DU on this map. There we go. I'll handle that. We got Angels and Shelly Lynn here. All you gotta do is hit the button, Evan. It's not that tough to get in. Make sure you're on US West and join up. I mean, there's a spot open right now. Well, there would be your problem. What's going on there, Peter Plays? How you doing? There's nothing wrong with that, Jill. That's the only thing better than preparing the coffee is drinking the coffee. I ain't got no more coffee. I'm out. I got some Rockstar Punched energy drink. See how well that goes with coffee. Oof. It's not a good, it clashes a little with the coffee aftertaste. PDTs have never been bad, Peter Plays. They've been pretty heavily used as far as towers go for really forever. It's not the meta. The meta would be definitely more flame arrows. Here we go, we got David's music and no David. Did we get there? We got Cat in here. Gotta quit shooting them. There we go. Gotta let that ignite expire if it gets bugged. Yeah, Earthshatters are really glitchy right now, so there's a lot of people using Earthshatters. Basically, if you don't mind being a little exploity, Earthshatters are the way to go. I'm not allowed to really discuss it in detail. Or Chromatic won't give me hero codes to give away to you guys. Buy your amps. Buy your overpriced amps as a donation to the needy? I don't know. Oh, you don't have Burning Strikes. Fair enough. What's going on there, Spawns? How you doing? What UV we got? Oh, it's not gonna let me switch. There we go. There we go. We got the good EV. Well, there's no such thing as a bad EV. What am I saying? Well, that's all going to change as soon as the update hits, Nika. Right now, I'm using... I don't even know. Let me look. Life Leech, Critical Restoration, and Drenching Strikes. But that will certainly change after this next update hits. Well, I mean, that's the exploit part of it there, Joe. They say if you don't mind being labeled as an exploiter, then by all means have at it. It's not because of the Frostfire. I mean, like I said, I'm not allowed to discuss it, so I can't talk about it. But it's not because of the Frostfire. The Frostfire is just getting the benefit of it. Oh, I can't get my bombs blown up. Oh, there they went. Put them in there too far. Well, I was hoping it would be a little bit more action-packed episode. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody who hasn't been able to watch it, but I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. I think most of y'all know that. So I'm pretty hyped about the rest of the season, see what happens. I mean, there's not many episodes, so the story should escalate rather quickly. There's only, what, 5 more episodes left? Nah, Xbox is good to go, Elizabeth. It's coming tomorrow. The holdup has been PlayStation, though. Xbox got approved and is good to go. I watched it, yeah. I watched it the second it was available. I'm way too much of a nerd not to watch it. In fact, I watched the entire last season while I was waiting for it to come on. The wife is like, oh, well, we can watch the last episode. It's like, nah, we're not going to watch the last episode. We're going to watch the whole last season. I mean, it's good. I'm just anxious for the story to escalate a little bit faster, you know? I want to see what goes on. I mean, they said that it's going to end in a shocker. And the producers or whatever said that there would be a lot of people that were very upset by the ending. So I'm just anxious to see what that is now. You know? Wouldn't that be some shit if the White Walkers won? Just steamrolled through everybody. Alright, everybody's dead. Oh, it's a great show, the response. It's all about getting through that first episode. If you know nothing about the series and you watch the first episode, it starts off really slow. And it makes you wonder, you know, is this really for me? But if you keep watching it, oh my god, it draws you in so much. Nice, Molgrats. Yeah, I liked Return of the King, too. I don't know if that was necessarily my favorite. I thought that the battle at Helm's Deep was some good stuff. Having Gandalf roll down that hill, oh man. Like brings brings tears of joy, you know? But yeah, I mean, the Lord of the Rings movies are epic. It was under 2,000 is what they said. Under 200, man, that'd be nice. But nah, they said under 2,000. So, I mean, we still don't know what that's gonna be, you know? Hopefully it's way, way, way under 2,000. I'd still like to see him at like 500 to 750. You got all these weak ass R's down here, cat. Gonna make me throw some Lady Orc insurance up, huh? Are these my R's? Yeah, they're my R's there. What's going on there, Gab? That's why you have the blockades. Yeah, whatever. Whatever works. We get the same windscreen no matter what. I just don't want to have to feel like I gotta pay attention over there. Because I'm way too lazy for that. Oh, fail. Fail jump for the loss. Yeah, there's a lot of visual bugs with swapping heroes. No doubt. If you like playing by yourself there, Evan. Doing a map without placing anything turns it into a shooter. And boy, DD2 would be about the worst shooter ever. So if I ever got in the mood to do a map without placing any defenses, I would load up Borderlands instead, because it's a far superior game. I mean, I play Dungeon Defenders for the tower defense. It's the reason, 100% the reason I play the game. There's nothing more boring than standing there watching I mean, it would be one person standing at each lane going like this and ignoring everything. You know, the heroes are all ridiculously overpowered in Dungeon Defenders. Especially for this content, for just doing expedition farming. Heroes are ridiculously strong. Terminator, yeah, Terminator plays for the PvP. If you ever see Terminator in town on the Xbox, the smartest thing to do would be to hop on your monk and then go stand in front of him and pole smash him over and over. Just saying. So if you see Term, just go directly in front of him and pull smash him. Over and over. There you go, Terminator. I'm sending you victims. I never heard him say that they were putting that pure strategy was definitively going to be there. But I did enjoy pure strategy mode in DD1. So I would be happy to see it. They said there would be other game modes, but I don't think they specifically said pure strategy. That's not true, Jello. There's going to be 30 new weapons. There's going to be a whole lot of Onslaught farming going on after the update gets here. I am preparing for the update. I need 810 more Defender medals. IHOPS, what's up? Long time no see. I see you asking questions in the DD2 help chat every now and then. I was wondering why you never joined my server. Or I thought you were in my server. Well, yeah, I had it capped. I had to spend some just to be able to play more. Anyway, good to see you're still kicking there, IHOPS. Making me jealous now there, Jill. No doubt. Gonna do one more map after this one to complete the daily, and then I'll probably end up calling it a day here. I want to try to get to sleep at a decent hour. I mean, tomorrow it would be very realistic between YouTube and Twitch for me to be live for 12 plus hours. So I definitely want to make sure I'm getting myself some sleep and a little R&R today. You would love to see the old campaign back? Yeah, I mean, I understand why they did it. They put in adventure mode to kind of get people ready for incursions. Gives you a little bit of a taste of what incursions would look like. Yeah, it'll be here tomorrow, IHOPS. I didn't know your name was Sam. I recognize the IHOPS and the logo. Won't be as much public games tomorrow. That is my name as well there, IHOPS. See, let's knock this bad boy out one more time. Here is all the stuff that's coming there, Insomniac. That'll give you a rundown of all the goodies that are coming. Do this one, I'll be able to complete the daily. That'll get me closer anyway. Yeah, my name is Sam as well, indeed. Mom was all about the biblical names, you know. What's going on there, Leron? How you doing? I might end up seeing if Joe wants to play a little Diablo 3 later. I'm finishing up my season. I decided I'm going to get back in on the seasons in Diablo, which I'd never played them before. So even though this is season 16, this is the first Diablo season that I've actually ever participated in. And I'm at the, I'm geared out now, or not geared out, but I got a decent basic set going, and I'm capable of farming some greater rifts now, so I can get the rest of the seasonal requirements all knocked out. What's going on, Jeff? How you doing? So yeah, tomorrow is the day. Update day at last. I'm going to have so much work to do tomorrow. But those that came to the channel for the hero spotlights and defense spotlights and whatnot, you're going to be getting a lot of content coming over the next month or so. Going to replace every... I can't say every guide, because a lot of the guides are still current, even though they're old. What's going on, Yankee Islander? How you doing? Oh, I failed on my double jump. There we go. Oh, there's lots of stuff coming there, Mole. You can click that link directly up above. Just scroll up, and it'll give you all the details. I don't have anything for trade, Evan. You guys see how I sell. I sell all the stuff right after. I don't hold on to things unless I need them. I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff here in the future, but right at the moment, I don't have anything. If your first jump is late, like in that situation, your first jump counts as your double jump because you're already in the air. So like I jumped after I had already left the edge here, is how you fail it. Where if you jump and then jump again, then obviously you're good. But if you go off the edge first and then you jump, looks like I wasn't off the edge. What's going on there, Mia? Tristan, what up? There's a bunch of new weapons. There's a new combo, a new element. I don't know if I'll have time to do a new spotlight tomorrow, but they'll definitely start the day after. I plan on being live for the majority of the day tomorrow. I mean, between YouTube and Twitch, I'll be live for 12 to 15 hours, something like that, tomorrow. I mean, that doesn't leave a whole lot of hours left for editing and recording. That Turn of the Tides Barbarian is still the best one, but like I said, I'll be redoing every hero spotlight in defense. So yeah, they're all going to get done over again. But the Turn of the Tides setup is still the correct setup to use. Stack hero health, use Turn of the Tides, and then profit. Nice, Peter. Awesome. I'll be redoing those as well too, but the problem I have now is I don't have I don't plan on playing through another account again, and all of my accounts are way past the point. That's a little bit of a lateral move there, Mia. I mean, remember that anti-melee also increases crit damage against melee mobs. So that would be a little bit of a lateral move. I mean, it'll make the turn the tides hit harder, of course, but is 100 mil not hard enough for you? That would make you the luckiest human being on the planet there, Evan. So, I mean, good luck, dude. Hopefully you get it, but that would definitely make you the luckiest human on the planet. The chances of getting it have got to be like 0.1%. Something that low. I mean, it's way lower than 1% for sure. Gotta be, right? Yeah, whatever works there, Mia. What's going on, Hayden? How you doing? Jordan, what up, what up? Yeah, they're getting here right at the end. This is my last map. Sorry about that. I will be live for an absurd amount of time tomorrow, though, between YouTube and Twitch. Today I'm going to make sure I get some chillax. Well, I'm going to get myself back to the Defender Metal Cap. Probably AFK, to be honest. And then I'm going to do a little chillaxing because there's going to be a whole lot of DD2 in my life here over the next, say, month and a half or so. Going to be grinding DD2 pretty hard to get all those weapons and everything. 30 weapons, they said, so... Nah, there's no specific times. Espen? Tomorrow, Eternal tomorrow. Oh. Well, you play on PC. I mean, it'll probably be a decent update. It won't be as... Consoles will be larger than PC. Nah, C8 is never going to be a thing in DD2, Genesis. There is no new content coming for DD2. Yeah, Xbox is clear, IHOPS. PS4 is the holdup, and it ends up being. They thought that Xbox was going to be behind, but Xbox they passed, and PS4 is actually where the delay is, sadly. Yeah, I mean, they were expecting it to take longer on Xbox because the Xbox certification is a lot more intensive. Hopefully they're able to fix some of those PS4 issues. They haven't addressed that specifically. Now let's head back to Tavern, open up, do some rerolls. That would be ideal there, Hollow, no doubt. Yeah, Awakened is supposed to be out in September? Or is it October? It's supposed to be out this year, Jonas. Later this year. September or October. I can't remember what they said. They say September or October? How have I forgotten already? October, yeah. But, I mean, they've already talked about, well, what if it's behind? So, I mean, it should be out by the end of this year. Let's see. Anything good? Where's my 10s at? Damn it. Here's an 8. No good. Nothing there. No, DD2 is not done, but it's done as far as new content. I mean, we've got this update. They said there was 2 updates. There's a 10. They said there was 2 updates planned. What do you guys think? Is it anti-skelly? Or is it skelly boom? Or is it drain aura? What do y'all think? What could it be? What could it be? Boar boom? Yeah, there's a strong possibility of a boar boom. No doubt. Let's see. Anti-goblin. Oh, man. I mean, I'll save it just because it's a 10, but definitely not a usable item. Alright, now let's see. Refund servo. Oof. See if I can get a reroll. I got one more reroll left to do on this damn thing. And I screwed up so bad by taking it to Chaos 8. Because it just makes it so much more expensive to reroll. I got about 100 rerolls into it now. Come on, streamer luck. Give it to me. Ugh. Nope. Dang it. No such luck. That could change in the next 24 hours, Jonas, so gonna have to wait to see what tomorrow's update brings. Don't set any up today. I don't suggest that anyone go through and make any major mod changes today. We know that there's an update going to be here tomorrow, so things are going to change. C8 shards are coming back into the picture. There's going to be a new element coming back into the picture. Last chest. I get one more when 16 hours. So yeah, I'll be able to get one more probably before the end. I've already snagged today, so hopefully it's a gold one. But definitely go in and get your gifts, as the tree will be gone tomorrow. Farewell, tree. Now that it's mid-April, I enjoyed all your presents. Anyway, everybody, that is going to do it for today, though. Thank you all very, very much for swinging by. I do appreciate it. Like I said, the rest of the day today, I'm just going to kind of prepare myself for the mind-numbing grind that will start tomorrow. So, going to be streaming a lot more over on Twitch after tomorrow, as there's going to be lots of other content coming to YouTube, and I don't want to spam everybody's channel feeds up. So, I will be live on YouTube shortly after the update hits tomorrow. But then I'm going to be switching over to Twitch in the afternoon. But thank you all a ton. I hope it's good to see you again. Term, don't be killing everybody, man. That ain't right. Anyway, everybody have a great afternoon. Look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow, as update day will finally be here after months and months and months of waiting. We finally get our DD2 update, so looking forward to that. So thank you all once again, and I'll see you all soon. Take it easy.